Welcome back to Sal Marriage Coaching.
Mm-hmm.
As you might or might not know, we are celebrating National Marriage Week this week, all week long, as it's a perfect time to pour into marriages, to talk about marriage, to talk about some resources that can help enrich our marriages, all the things.
All the things.
So the resource that we want to give you today is something that we call the 7 areas of relational connection. We realized that we talked about different ways that we can love or serve our spouse, things that we can learn about them.
Yeah.
I think in a deeper dive for this resource, it is kind of combining both of those, but on a much deeper level.
Yeah.
And so it's the idea that we connect in one of 7 areas or even more than one of 7 areas in our marriage. And to be able to take inventory of where we are on any of them is super important.
Yeah.
So here are the 7 areas of relational connection: physical, spiritual, emotional, intellectual, social, sexual, and cultural. That pretty much runs the gamut. And what I would say is each one of these are equally important. Now, what's important to know is that each spouse will probably have a different level of importance on those 7.
Yeah, the value that they put them in might be different, and that's not a bad thing. Everyone has their own way of tiering it.
So what I would do is go in, and this is the exercise, right? Is find out which of these are non-negotiables for you and which ones aren't. Now, if your spouse has a different set of non-negotiables, that doesn't mean that theirs are any less valuable or more valuable than yours, or vice versa, that yours don't matter and theirs do. It just means that we have different levels of importance that we place on those areas of relational connection.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, these all 7 are areas where human beings, we need to grow to mature. We all have to develop to become human beings.
Yeah.
But also, and this is interesting because all of these are areas where we can be hurt or broken or have been hurt or broken.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Really, the time that you need to sit down and go through this is finding out which areas do you absolutely need to connect in. And I want you to write that out separate from your spouse, preferably, and then come together, compare notes.
Yeah.
And really hear what they're saying and where their needs to connect are coming from.
Yeah.
Because it might not even be an area you value. It might not even be an area that you love connecting in.
Right.
But can you love them enough to hear what's important to them and what they absolutely need to be able to connect with you?
Yeah.
That's the huge part.
Yeah. And being able then to meet them in that space, even if it is sacrificially. But then that's love in a nutshell, is being able to sacrificially step outside of yourself and be like, okay, I want to show you that I love and value you so much that I am going to do something that is maybe it's I don't have a high value for it, or it's not my natural bend, but I am going to show up for you in this way because I want to show you that I actually really do love and care for you. And the fruit of it is really awesome. It's super life-giving.
So once you've identified which of the 7 are your non-negotiables, really the next question is how, right? In which specific ways do you need each of those identified non-negotiables met? And what I would say is get really specific, maybe even for men, because we need specificity, ladies. Okay. In which ways specifically do you need those areas met? Because it's really helpful to not have to guess one way or the other, whether it's, men or women. Sometimes men, we need it spelled out. Sometimes for men, we can be more specific, but it might not come across as lovingly or safe. So I think how it's said is really important, but really it's got to come from the mindset and the heart posture of like, hey, I really want to meet you in these areas and I want to do well.
Yeah.
So how can we meet each other in those spaces?
Yeah. And that it's both individuals actually wanting to show up for the other person in that way. That it's not just like, well, I'm going to go out of my way to make this happen for you. But, well, I don't know if you're going to do that for me. Like those kinds of thoughts immediately will or can sabotage the actual fruit of it. So if you go into it with like, okay, I want to actually, 1, discover what are my non-negotiables? What are ways that I'm like really needing to connect in, or what are like top priorities for me? And then what are top priorities for you? What are things that you are just dying to connect in, or dying to like have this area met, and it's just not been highlighted to me because it's not my norm to even be aware of, and then build awareness around it and actually allow both of you to begin to serve the other person in those spaces.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I think if you actually take the time to sit down, do that, and then compare notes with your spouse, you'll find out a lot of things that maybe you didn't otherwise.
Yeah. So. And I even think there'll be a lot of like, there could even be self-discovery as you individually do it. And because I know there was for me when I did it, I was like, oh, I didn't realize that these were so important to me, or that other things that I thought would be really important to me weren't as important. So it's great. It's a great exercise all around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy National Marriage Week.
Yeah.
We'll see you again soon.
Thank you.